Oh, home from another 10-hour day at the old missile factory, and time to go back to work on the wagon. Hello, darling. I missed you. Oh, and welcome to Daily Dash. So the scope of today's video is, since I don't have a lot of time, I want to go ahead and just kind of bolt together what I can and start getting stuff all lined up. So today I went ahead and installed the rear trailing arm with this rear trailing arm bushing bolts to the body. You got the 1.5 by 2 inch by 3 inch spacers that go here with the supplied hardware. And one good part about the kit from HRG Engineering that I keep forgetting is I really like this about the kit is all these bolts are actually factory Honda bolts. They're not just off the shelf, or the ones that go into the body are all factory Honda bolts from another Honda. So that's really cool. Like, these are actually came with the Honda packaging and everything else. It was just cool to have. So that's one thing I really appreciate about this kit. So you can see those are up in there. The next thing is to get this bracket here for the rear upper control arm, and in order to do that, to keep it upright, you have to drill a 10mm hole right here, and you have to measure that out, get it all lined up, and then you'll have a bolt that came supplied with it, this little guy here, and it'll actually hold the this arm, this L bracket or S bracket or whatever you want to call, at an angle straight up and down. Then you can bolt it to your upper control arm. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, get this drilled out, and we'll see how that looks. I'm often the first person to say, yeah, I'm just gonna wing it and just go with it. But that worked out first shot, first try, just center punched it about where I felt it was gonna work. I didn't really measure it like I should, which, you know, you really should when you drill into stuff that you can't re-drill. But it worked, so I'm not gonna complain. I don't recommend doing it like I did it. Do as I don't do, but do as I say. Something like that. Anyway, I broke clocks right twice a day. So that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lower control arm put in. I need to get the strut in on this side, get that all lined up, and yeah, let's go with that, buddy. Another thing of note that I just found out is when I was putting this upper control arm adjustment into the adapter here, as you can see, it's just a hair too fat for it. So the problem is this was designed for most aftermarket upper control arms, but and some of them are just a little bit too wide. It's kind of the same issue I ran into with the bottom of the strut not fitting into the lower control arm down there. I'm just gonna go back and grind down these a couple millimeters off each side, get it nice and even, so it'll fit down in there. You can see it's not far off, but it's just enough to make it a not quite a perfect fit. So I'm gonna grind that off and see if I can get that back down in there. So I'm trying a little experiment here. I probably won't wrap it up tonight, but I am trying to see if this will work. Is I flip the open end lower control arms upside down. And the reason I did that is because when they're the other way up, like this, this lip right here was actually contacting the strut on a full droop. So I thought about it and I was like, well, I can go ahead and flip this, and there's nothing there. There's no meat, nothing to hit. You can get full articulation without hitting anything. So I'm trying to line that up right now and get everything pulled together. But I was going to go ahead and put this in first, and I realized this is the wrong size. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that upper control arm and see if I can't get that to fit in there a little better, and we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, so now after I hit it with the grinder, you can see it fits down there nice and snug. Took a little bit off each side with the old grind wheel, and you can get it out, and it just kind of press fits in there. You don't want it too loose, but you don't want it too tight either. So that's about right. You can see I didn't do a great job down there, but it works. It'll do the job. I really hate to end the night with an L, but I'm going to go and take this back apart and put it back together a different way. So I'm trying to get the lower control arm into the subframe, and the way I have it right now, every time you go to lift it up, it wants to pull and twist it out that way. So I need to get the toe adjuster taken care of, undo the upper control arm that I finally got back in, and then I can manipulate that into there because I've got too many things bolted up at the top that wants to put the camber out when it goes up, and plus it's also trying to fight the spring compression of this strut when I'm going up with it. So unfortunately these weekday daily dashes with working on the wagon are not going to be a whole lot of action like it has been. It is really cool to see everything drop down here though, which is pretty rad. You can see the diff spacers in there. That's so sick. But yeah, I have to cut it kind of short tonight because I still have to eat dinner and get ready for tomorrow. So I hate to end this on an L, but we'll chalk this up to be continued, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. L.